Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to tonight's presentation. My name is Yusuf. I will be the moderator of tonight's presentation. So, I just want to give an insight about the basics. Just talking about the basics of the rudiment on how to settle some things about technical aspect of some analysis. So going forward, I want to quickly say something. Kindly try and get your pen and papers. There may be some useful information that may help today. It is not actually something for an advanced crypto trader, but for the sake of those that are beginners, that doesn't really know anything about the technicality of how the market moves. I want us to kindly pay attention. So, sharing my screen, I want to quickly coin out some areas that will be touched. So, permit me to open my notes so that I will pick out some things. On my notepad here, I am going to start, okay, by writing something. So, on technical analysis, it is known that for every successful traders, we needed to pay attention on these two uh, approach for you to be a successful winning trader. There are what we call two types of analysis, which happens to be fundamental analysis and technical analysis. So when you hear someone say FA in crypto, it implies fundamental analysis. And when you hear TA, it means technical analysis. Some people used to talk about sentimental analysis too, but that sentiment is actually subsumed under fundamental analysis because it is the news that will bring up the sentiment or the reaction of traders in which it will affect the market movements. So these two are what we are looking up to. And for the past weeks, most of our leaders in the house have been giving an insight about the tips and rudiment of how to look into fundamental analysis. Let me quickly brush up to that. For you to do fundamental analysis, it has been given and the recording is there on YouTube in which we can also take advantage of it. That is where you make use of some information. Then you try to compare them across board in which it will help you to determine which coin to trade. And with the yardstick, you'll be able to judge the reason by which you are choosing the coin based on fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis require two things. The key fundamental is news, then followed by information and data. So all these things are possible. That is when you go and check your your information on Royal Q as it was explained. You check something on Lunar Kosh in order to compare to the info you got. You check Crypto Bubble. You check news on Crypto Panic and investing.com, Forex Factory, Bloomberg, and so on. You compare all this before you now make your choice. So in order not to focus too much on that, analysis, which is TA. Kindly help me mute those distracting, please. Co-host, thank you. So going forward, we want to vividly focus on technical analysis. Technical analysis has to do with checking out how the market movement runs in order to predict what the direction of the market will go. The technical analysis has to do with analyzing the candlestick movements or the lines on the charts in which it will give you a tip in which the direction of the market will go. So starting from this, we are going to start on what we call understanding candlesticks. That is the beginning of it. So when we talk about candlestick, it actually looks like the candle that we all know, but how does it work in crypto? Moving forward on this, I want to show us from the beginning. Candlestick, there are two types of candlestick. So this candlestick can be green in color or red. If it is red in color, it means sells. And if it is green in color, if it is green, if it is green in color, it means buy. As I have said earlier in the classes we have held in this group, I talked about some things before the candlestick that when you see green candle, when you see green candle means buy, right? Then apart from this, whenever you see green candle, it is telling you that when you buy, green candle always goes up. So for the two types of candles we have now, we have a green candle and we have red candle. So for the sake of learning, it might not be green and red, but universally accepted and mostly used are mostly green and red. You can put your color on anything you want. But just for basic understanding, we should always know that the two types of candles we have. On green candle means that the candle that is going up, it means the traders are buying. Traders are buying. That is for green candle. So when you see anything like this, that means the price is green and it is going up. That is a green candle. The other one, it could be a red candle. For a red candle is always color red. Color red means, as I said earlier, it means selling. That is, the traders are selling. And whenever you see sell, it implies that the price is coming down. Sellers are selling. So for a buy, it means the price is coming down. These are who we call bears. This means that the bears are in charge. That is when you see people saying the market looks bearish. The bearish movement implies that the price is coming down. So when you say some crypto terminologies while you are reading a news, some novice that are not crypto enthusiasts, they might not really interpret it correctly because of those terminologies you can see. So when you see that they say the market is bearish, it means that the traders are selling. It means that the market is coming downward trend. And at the same time, when you hear they say that the market is bullish, when you see bullish candle, when you say they say bullish candle, it means that the market is what? Is going up. It's going up. It's on an upward move. So these are the two categories of candlestick. And another thing for you to know is that for every green candle, I want you to pay attention because we are still going to do the practical aspect of it. For every green candle like this, green candle always open from the bottom, opens below and it closes above. This implies that it starts from the bottom and it goes up and closes. So whenever another candle will come up, it will start where the previous one closed. If you are going to have another green candle, the open or starts will come up here, then it will close at the top. That is how green candle forms. It opens at the bottom. Kindly note this as I'm pointing out the points. Green candle opens at the bottom and it closes at the top, which implies that the buyers are buying from the bottom and they sell at the top. Unlike the other candle, which is red candle. For a red candle, which means selling, whenever traders are selling, the candle will open from the top, from the top, and it closes at the bottom. Look at it. So the red candle will start forming from the top and it will be coming down like this. Coming down, coming down, coming down like this. This is how a red candles are formed.
I'm not
We are
giving
going
you
to
get out.
practical analysis of that. Red candle, it starts from the top and it closes at the bottom. So that is a red candle for a beginner. So for these two candles, for a green candle, you will see that some candles will have a body and some will have some lines. There are names you call those things. So for this one, for this red candle, this is the real body. Then for this line, there is a name you call it. You call it wicks. Wicks. W-I-C-S. Wicks. Then you might also call it another name, which is what? Shadow. Shadow. You can also call it tail. But I think mostly wicks are used mostly. So let's just focus on that for the sake of learning. For both red and green candle, they have what we call body and wicks. So looking at this, for a green candle, it can also have this. So this is body and this is wicks. Some may form like this, some are like this. There are different candles and it has different names you can call them. So as I said earlier, I said green candle is what? Is what we call bullish candle. That is, the traders are buying. While red candle is what we call bearish candle. That is, the traders are selling. So when you hear any news or anything that says the bulls and the bears are in play, the bulls and the bears, it means the buyers and sellers. From the word bulls, B-U, start for buy, B-U-Y, B-U-L, buy. Then for sell, bearish, bearish and sell. They both has E, bearish, sell. So when you see bearish, you should know that it is sell. Then when you see bullish, you know that it is buy. This will help us while we are even working on our fundamental analysis, because you might see a news. All these terminologies will help you to interpret and decode the information better than those that doesn't know all this. Another one being used when you talk of buy, some people will use go long. Go long for buy. Then for the other aspects, for sell, you will just see go short. Some people will say short alone. When you say short, it means selling, sell. And when you see long, when you hear any trader saying long, they are saying buy. So we should know all these little tricks. That is how it works. So whenever you see a candle that has a body like this, maybe the body is up to this place and later it came down. This body disappeared and it remained just this line alone. So that means that there are some buyers, but there have been some rejection. That is why some sellers reduce out of the buying. So it will remain just a line. We are going to get up to that. So with this, I think we can understand the meaning of these red and green candles that we normally see. So before I go to the real charts, I want to quickly talk about another thing. you should always note that all these candles, the way it normally forms, you will see something like this. Most of us must have been seeing it that we don't understand. Some will be so long like this. And sometimes you now see red that it will join. You see red that it will join. Another red may form from the top like this, come down. So it means that these people have been selling, they have been buying. And as it got here, they started selling. When you see red, this green means that buyers, traders have been buying. When it gets to this point, another candle forms and they are selling. So with this, you'll be able to interpret. Then another thing we need to tell is that these candlesticks, they normally form on a time frame. What do I mean? On a time frame. Each candles has a time frame. For instance, you have 1 minute time frame, we have 5 minute time frame, we have 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, like that. So we have 1 minute, we have 5 minutes, we have 3 minutes, we have 30 minutes, 15 minutes, we have 1 hour time frame, 1H. We have weekly time, we have 4 hours time frame, we have weekly time frame. You see 1W like this. We have another, apart from this 1 minute time frame, we have another 1 capital letter M. Now, if you see this and you see this, look at these two. There is one small letter M, 1 capital letter M. For this 1 small letter M, it implies that 1 small letter M means 1 minute time frame. Then 1 capital letter M means monthly time frame. Each of these candles are forming every month. So for 1 minute time frame, for instance, if you see candles like this forming, it means every 1 minute, I'm going to display the practical aspect of it, in which you'll see. Like this, every 1 minute, these candles are forming. Then if you also see another one, which is 1 capital letter M, when you see the candle, it means for every month, January, it will have its own candle. February, it will have its own candle. So that is what this time frame means. So stopping here, I want to quickly go to real charts to go and explain what this means. So from here now, I am going to open my chart on Binance. I'll open one chart on Binance now so that you'll see what I'm trying to explain. So look at BTC now. Mic check. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Loud and clear.
God bless you. Thank you, sir. So moving forward, I am on a candlestick. Now, as you can see red candle, you can see green candle. And I told you something about this candle, that it moves from left side to right side. It always moves from the left side of your screen to the right hand side. That is how it moves. It moves from left to right. It can either go on an upward trend, on downward trend, or side face. That is, it will be going by the side. These are the directions candlestick moves. Look at this. Every green candle means that traders are buying, and every red candle means that traders are selling. Now, I was talking about time frame. I want you to look at my screen properly so that you get what I am saying. I'm going to show us the time frame I was explaining earlier. Look at this, where I circled. You see 15-minute time frame, followed by 1 hour time frame, 1H, followed by 4H, that's 4 hours time frame, followed by 1D. This 1D means daily time frame. That is, the candles are forming every day. Then if you look at this 1H, 1 hour time frame, it is telling us it is bold compared to the other ones that are faded. This means that these candles you are looking at, they are forming every 1 hour. Look at them. They are forming this 1 hour, After 1 hour, another one will start. So 1 hour, like you can see 9 p.m. now, a new candle will form now. Let me show you. A new candle is about to form. Look at this smaller one. It's just starting, just now. Because when you look at my time up there, you will see that it's exactly 9 o'clock up there. It's exactly 9 p.m. So a new candle is just starting because it is on 1 hour time frame. So this candle will be going up and down until we are at 10 p.m. By the time we get to 10 p.m., the candlestick, where it stops, that is where a new one is going to start for 1 hour time frame. It goes all along like that. Then furthermore, there are more time frame that are hidden that you can go and check. For you to check them, you just need to come and click on this more. Look at that more. You are going to click on that. When you click on the more, it will show you more time frame. You can see. For more time frame, you can see 1 minute time frame here. And you can see one capital letter M. This one capital letter M is the monthly time frame, while the one small letter M is the what? Is minute time frame. That is, for this one small letter M, the candlesticks are forming every 1 minute. While this one capital letter M, they are forming on monthly basis. Now let us confirm that. For us to confirm that, we are going to click on one small letter M. Clicking on this now, I want you to watch. We are going to watch until another candle will form. Look at it, the candle keep dancing. The candle is dancing, it is dancing. It will dance for until another one starts again. You can see, this is a new candle that started on 9:02, 2 minutes past 9. Another candle is forming. You can see, I said green candle always goes up. That is when buyers are buying to be going up. But when there is rejection, as it is showing red now, it means the sellers has taken over the buyers. There are more selling than buying. That's why it is showing red. Immediately we get to 9:03. New one is going to form again. This implies that these candles are forming every one minute. You can see it's possible for a candle to come from a red color to get to green. That is when they are buying, like when they buy 2 Bitcoins now, when they buy 5 Bitcoin, it will show green. And out of those green Bitcoin, you can see there's another candle forming now. The buyers are buying and there's some rejection in the market. That is when you see it will form a line. As I said, that this line is a wick and it only forms when there are rejections in the market. I'm sure you can understand this based on what we are seeing. So now I'm going to change this time frame from 1 minute to one capital letter M now. One capital letter M. We are going to check on this. One capital letter M. That is monthly time frame. So moving on this monthly time frame, it means that at every month, each month, these candles are forming on monthly basis. And we are going to check on something now. I'm going to long press my screen, and you will check the bottom. You check around here. It is going to show the month at which the candles are. So let us try to check on this. So I'm going to long press now. Look at it. As I long press, see, as I long press, you are going to see this. Look at it. I'm going to long press. This last red candle I am touching, I'll quickly circle this. See, 2022-05-01. That is candle is May. This red candle is May. Help me mute this person, please. It's representing May, as you can see. Then followed by this one before it. Look at it. It is showing 2022-04-01. That means April. Followed by this 2022-03-01. That's March. Then followed by this is February. Followed by this is 2022-01-01. This is candlestick for January. This is candlestick for December 2021-12-01. Followed by this 2021-11-01. This is November 1. This is when Bitcoin has all-time high ever. When Bitcoin was 69,020 ever. This is the highest point Bitcoin has ever reached. So this candle will help you to trace back the history. Look at it. I want to show you something. This was the first ever candle that Bitcoin formed on Binance Exchange. It is showing this one, this one, this candle. This was the first ever candle that Bitcoin has on Binance Exchange. When you place it, it will tell you the dates, the year Binance started with Bitcoin on this exchange. You are going to see it. Looking at this now, see, when you place it here, see, 2019-09-01. This was the first one. Do you get it? This is when you have the chart on Binance. 2019-09-01. This was the first candle Binance is showing for Bitcoin in 2019. Followed by the next one, see, 2019-10. This 2019-09, I think it is September. Then followed by 2019, October, November 2019. The same. It will tell you what Bitcoin price are right from that time up to date. Look at it. 2020-01-01. This is January 2020. You see, February 2020, like that. With this, it will tell us the history. And on technical analysis, we used to say something that history of the past normally repeats in the future. When you look at this now, you will see that there are some things that happened here that looks like it has happened before. When the price goes up here, it came down. It goes up again, it came down. Can you see? So look at this. This is double bottom here. So as it is going up, it is coming down. With this, I want to quickly explain another aspect too. I'm sure we have understood the movement of candle. You know, I'm saying that it comes from left side like this to the right. That is how candlestick moves. It never moves from the right back to the left. It moves from the left to the right. Another thing I want to explain on technical analysis is what we call support line and resistance line. We call it support and resistance. These are other tools we use in technical analysis. Support is the line at the top, S. Then resistance is the line at the bottom. The simple example we can use is when you are, wherever you are now, if you are seated or you are standing, on the ground that you are standing, where your leg is, that is your support. And the rooftop of your house, say the ceiling is the resistance. Resistance means the restriction. What can restrict you? What can reject you back? And support is some like kind of bracing. When something braces you, that is, something is holding you at the ground. That's just supporting you at the ground. From the word support. Resistance, it is resisting you. For those that are in concrete houses, let's say you are on a 2-story building, 1 story. If you're on the ground floor, when you try to jump up and your head touches the roof, you know you are smashing your head on the concrete. The concrete will force you back. It will reject you. That is why we call it, it will resist you. From that word resistance, as you are pumping, going up, it will force you back. It will resist you back. That's a resistance. And when it resists you, let's use ball, for instance, a bouncing ball. When you are inside your room and you are holding the ball, when you bounce it to the ground will support the ball to push it up. And when it is pushed up, when it gets to the ceiling, what will the ceiling do with the ball? It will force the ball back. It will resist it. That is what we call support and resistance. Simply put, it is also another yardstick used in support and resistance. I hope we understand up to this level. Now, another thing for us to look at is the interpretation of different candles. All these candles, they have different names that we give to them. We have different names that we call different candles, as you can see. And the position they have actually give several interpretation. That is the next aspect. But from this point, so that it will not just look like I've been talking, maybe to some people there might be some confusion. So I just want to do some little digressing so that I will give room for updates so far. So my Oga, are you there?
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, sir. So far as we are going, before I move on to the next stage, where we are going to be interpreting the candles and tell us the name of different candles and what they actually stand for. So far, is there any question based on the introductory aspect of the candlesticks I've been explaining?
Right on, sir. If anybody is not catching up, the person will use our hands to be recording.
Okay, okay, sir.
Can write on,
So
sir.
thank you, sir. So from here now, we will quickly move on the aspect of interpreting the technical analysis. There are some candles with different names. So we have different names we call them. So I want to start from the simple ones before we go to some other ones. Now, when you are talking about candlestick, I think I'm not sharing the screen. Let me try to share. So we have different candles with names where you see different ranges of bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, morning star, evening star, doji. We have different types of doji too. So there are different candles, and all these candlesticks they stand for different meaning and interpretation. In which
Sorry,
at the
sorry to cut you, sir. It's not necessarily we finish everything today.
okay, sir.
By the time we discover that anywhere we discover that we have spent like 1 hour, we can call it a day and continue from next week.
Okay. I think we can do it like this. It's good that we started it from the beginning like this. So in figuring out the candles and their positions in the charts and their implication of the trend is going to help us to prepare that against the next class. So what I'm going to do now, based on the candle charts, we are going to discuss the trend. I'm sure we have successfully talked about what candlestick are, the two different candlestick that we have. That is the bullish candlestick and the bearish. That is in terms of color. We only have two, in which we have green, which implies you are buying, and red, which implies you are selling. There are some traders that may give their candlestick another color. They might use black and white. So in a situation whereby you see some candlestick that shows black and white, don't get confused. Just know that the one that they give a particular color that shows that it is going up, that is the buying candle, bullish. Then the one they give another color that is coming down, that is the selling candle, the bearish. So when you see white and black, don't get confused. Sometimes you can see blue and other colors. Huh? Someone is speaking at the background.
Okay.
So we need to focus on this so that we just complete it the next class. Looking at this now, I have successfully talked about these two color candle. The green candle means bullish. Bullish like this, it says that people are buying. That is why you see continuous green, continuous green. This candle now, interpreting it, it tells you that for this number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six. If you look at this candle that I numbered, it says that for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for these 6 candles, it implies that for these 6 months, Bitcoin kept going up. It keeps moving up. That's why you see continuous green candle. And when it gets to this, it became red. It started coming down. It rejects again. It forms a dragonfly doji. Then after that, it shows another red color. This means that traders are selling in the market. After that, it is going up again. So as we have said, we talk about green candle and red candle. Green candle form from the bottom. It opens from the bottom and closes at the top. Those are the key points of what we learned. Another thing on red candle open from the top and it closes at the bottom. These are the two key things we need to know. So even if a candle is not given a color at all, if it is blank like this, when you see the position, you'll be able to know either it is green candle or red candle. I'm going to practicalize something now so that you understand what I'm saying. See, if you have a candle like this, you didn't know either it is, let me change the color. So let me use yellow now. If you have a candle like this, then you have another one. It started here when this one is closing. See, this is another one. Then after this, you have another one. It shows like this. So if you actually understand the movement, you must have known which color is which one is a green candle, which one is a red candle. Looking at this that I just draw now, you must have known that this color is green candle, green. This is color green because it opens from here, open, and it closes from here. And I said that a new candle, it will start from where the previous one closes. That is why this one is starting from here, open. And when it goes up, it means it is also a green candle. It closes here. I said another candle will start again where the previous one finished. So looking at this one, you can see it opens here and coming down, it closes here. This will tell you that the first two, they are green candle, and this one is a red candle. If you understand the movements on how the candle opens and closes, you will know which one is red, which one is green. Look at it. So when you have another, after this one, it opened from the bottom, closes here. You now see another one. This means that the second candle is a red candle because this one opens from where this one stopped and closes here. When it closes here, and from here now, you see another candle like this. You will know that this one is a green candle. So these are the things. You must understand the movement of the candlesticks. That will help you to have a accurate interpretation. So after talking about this red candle, green candle, we talk about support and resistance. As I said, support line is at the top, then resistance is at the bottom. See, the way to draw support and resistance is not just a line you are drawing. There are some things you need to put into consideration. Whenever you have a chart like this, let me change it to smaller time frame so that I'll have enough candlesticks. Look at this. So for every 1 hour, this has been forming. See, 15-minute time frame. Now, this means that these candles are forming every 15 minutes. Look at it. Look at, let me change this to 1 hour time frame. This is daily time frame. Look at it. Daily time frame is saying Bitcoin has been dropping in the past days. You see, after this candle, after this candle, after this candle that follows, this one, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even the chart will tell you the number of days Bitcoin has been falling consistently. See, in the last how many? 5 days now, Bitcoin has been falling. Just today's candle is showing that it is coming up again. We don't know where it is going to close. So with this now, it is explaining the support and resistance. So that is another aspect that we treated. So the way to draw the support and resistance, you will see, you will check for where these candles are consistently completed. See, the reason I am drawing this now, why is it not erasing? The reason I am drawing this line now, look at this. Look at this. When you have consistent candles like this, the lines that you draw, the lines that you draw, it must touch many candles like this. Or you check it from the bottom. See, your lines must touch many candles. This is a support line, the one at the bottom. Then for resistance, it must touch other candles, many candles like this. See, it touches it from here, it touches it here. See, these are resistance line. It must touch several candles like this. Then for resistance, see, it must pass through some candles, see, here and here. Look at it. So this is a support line. This is a resistor. How did I draw this line? It must touch some angles. That is how to draw the support line and resistance line. And it is telling you how the markets are moving. See, the movement, it came down here, it goes up again, it came down, it goes up. See, it goes up and broke the resistance here. When you see that a news said that Bitcoin broke the resistance line at maybe let's say 45,000. So this is where it broke the resistance. As if you threw a ball, very strong ball now, it now busted the ceiling to force itself outside. That is what it means when you say it breaks resistance. You threw, let's say, a stone from the ground, it now pierced the ceiling and it forced itself outside. That is when you say it breaks resistance. So when that price is going up like this, and it actually passes, if you see the first one here, number one, number two, at number three here, it broke the resistance. It was going up on a daily time frame. Then later, this line will become a support. Mind you, that's another thing. Your resistance line becomes a support line when it breaks the resistance line and it is trying to, let's say this is another, this top now at 48,220. This is another resistance. So immediately it breaks this line becomes a support. And the one at the top becomes another resistance. Do you get? There was a time this very line we drew here. There was a line. It was a resistance too. But the moment Bitcoin passes through this, it became another support. Then the one above became a resistance. So the resistance can be broken, and at the same time, support line can be broken too. When they say support line was broken, it means that the price comes down. And when a resistance is broken, the price goes up. So we need to get that. Then the last one I want to talk about is upward and downward trend. Upward and downward trend. When the market is going like this is an upward trend. Look at it, this is downward trend. Do you get? This is another upward, this is downward. So we call something high, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low, lower, high, like this. Lower high means that from the top, from the lower, it goes up, then from the top, it comes down. So these are the trend of the movements of the markets, where the price is going up and coming down. It's 9:25. I think we started around 8:40 or so. I think we started 8:40, so we still have about 14 minutes. We're supposed to stop by 9:30 if we actually started on time. But we are going to give room for like 10 minutes to ask some questions about what we have been talking about. So let me try to check another time frame. And mind you, apart from candlestick, on technical analysis, there are some other thing we need to look on, which is what? Line. Look at this line chart on our Binance. This line that I circled at the top left. At the top left, that line I circled. So when you click on it, when you click on line, you can see all the candlestick disappeared. So instead of candlestick, there are some people that do their analysis based on this line. See, the lines are forming based on market price movement. See this line. See the way it is forming. Based on the way price are moving. You can also check your support line on this too. See, you can see support line must touch several bottoms. You can see this is one, this is two, this is double bottom now. Then resistance, there are some resistance I can spot around here. See, this is it. The market wanted to go up here, it came down. Here again, it wanted to go up, it came down. As you can see, it broke the resistance here. When I say a particular market breaks resistance, see this place, as I was explaining earlier. See this place, it broke the resistance and was going up like this. It came down again. So online. But it is more easier to do your analysis based on candlesticks, because the simple thing understandable on candlestick is that the technicality of it is history of the past tends to repeat itself again based on the candle. That is, when a particular candle forms at a particular shape, you can see last year, going back to Bitcoin, last year, I think when Bitcoin was falling last year, let me go back to monthly time frame. Last year, I think around April or May, Bitcoin fell to all-time low, 28,000, I think. See, around here, it fell down to 28,000. See, 28,000 here. This very candle, if you can, as you can see here, see, 28,000. And the candle that did this is the candle. You can check the months from the candle. See, this is May, this January, February, March, April. Look at April. So May, by May last year, the candle fell, May, June. The candle fell up to, see, this is May 2021. Bitcoin fell down to 29,008. Look at it. 29,008 what? So, okay, by May, it fell down to 29,934. And this May, this year, 2022 also, Bitcoin has also fallen up to what? 29,000. Look at it. Looking at this candle now, I want you to spot two places. See, this candle, this is May 20, this is May last year. This last one, this is May this year. These two lines that are circled, this is May 2021, this is May 2022. This means that history repeated itself. So now, the next candle is what? June. By June, it fell further to what? 28,000 plus. So now, after this May, if it appears that history could still repeat itself again, we can say from history, it is likely that Bitcoin may also fell up to 28,000 by June. So the only thing telling us this is the candlestick, the history. So when you are drawing your support line now, I said it must touch two different wherever. So looking at this, drawing the line now for May last year and May this year. These are two May. May 2021, May 2022. So for these two now, we have double bottom. Now, if the following candle, which is June, want to repeat itself, so there are some trick about technical analysis. We believe that the past experience will tell us that if we have similar incidents to, we'll know what happens. That is why we know that if the weather is cloudy, the normal thing that might come to our mind is that maybe it wants to rain. There may be rain because Ojoshu. Why do we know that there is going to be rain? Because in the past, we used to know that when the weather is cloudy like that, it is likely that rain might fall. Some people will believe that if a woman gives birth to a boy the first time, a boy the second time, a boy the third time, some wise one will say that there's tendency that if the woman is going to give birth to the fourth born, it is likely to be a boy. Why? They felt that that history of having three, mostly the fourth one used to be a boy. So, of course, it might happen like that, but there might be some exceptions too. That some people will have three boys, then the fourth born will be a girl. That is why sometimes you will see that sometimes the weather will be cloudy and you must have concluded that there will be rain, it will rain today. But sometimes you might get disappointed. The weather will just get brighter again. Then the rain will not fall in the end. And sometimes when you feel that it is only when the weather is cloudy that rain will come, sometimes it will be sunny and you will see rain falling. So these are the exceptions that happens. But mostly, the belief on technical analysis normally shows that the history of the past shows that it can also repeat itself again. So that is the basis of technical analysis on candle. So we are going to stop here for the first phase. For the second phase, after identifying these candles, we are going to be talking about different shapes of candles and their names and the interpretation they form on a chart. That will be the second phase of this. So based on where we are stopping here, we want to give room for some people that may have some questions, observations that you are going to add on this. Thank you very much.
If you have question, you can just signify by raising your hand.